Hello everyone, my name is Amy and welcome to my sewing room and welcome to my sewing channel. So in today's video, I have 5 sewing patterns that I think are going to be perfect for spring and summer weather. So I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to pack up my coats and sweaters and snow bibs and get this winter over with. So I'm ready to sew up some new things for my wardrobe for warmer weather. And I wanted to show you guys a couple of them that I just bought and then a couple of them that I've had for a little while that I haven't made yet. So the first pattern that I want to show you is, this is a McCall's. This is a skirt pattern. It's number M8389. And I will link all these below so you can check them out too. But what attracted me to this pattern was this skirt. I think this is just so cute with the dropped waist, a couple of the pockets there, and then the gathered skirt. And I like, this is just a separating zipper that they've used right there. So the other options is this one. So more of just a straight A-line, longer skirt. And then there's a shorter skirt option as well. So if I want to make this skirt to start, then I'm gonna need about 1 7/8 yards of fabric. If the fabric is 60 inches, it needs about 3 yards if your fabric's only 45 inches. You also need interfacing and zippers, and it tells you on the back what you'll need. So this says that it's good for cotton blends, denim, linen, twill. I think any fabric that's gonna have a little bit of flowiness to it would work pretty well. So my thought is I've got, let's see, I have 2 yards of this beautiful rose, pink, mauve, I don't know what color you want to call it. It's a little darker than a regular pink, just cotton blend. And I got this in one of my Mood Fabrics mystery boxes, and it's really soft and just cute. So I think that I'm gonna make option C with that and see how that comes out. And then I might come back and do the shorter skirt too, because I think that's cute. Okay, so moving on to pattern number 2 that I want to show you. I just got this one at Walmart, so I'll try to link it below if I can find it. But it's Simplicity. It's one of the Mimi G sewing patterns, and it was $6. So that's a pretty good deal. And this is the dress. And I thought, that's really cute. Crosses over in the front. It's got some cute puffy sleeves and then a nice full skirt. So I'm not a huge fan of this print, but I do have something in mind for this that's going to be cute. And on the back, so this is what the back looks like. So the pattern does call for a V to come down to the middle of your back. So this is open right there. And then there's a tie up there where you can tie it and close it. Now, I imagine if you don't want to have your back exposed, that, and I probably will do this, you can probably sew like a panel of fabric, maybe across the back, maybe where your bra strap goes. So I may have to pattern hack that just a little bit, depending on where I'm gonna wear this dress. So I have a couple of denim dresses that I've been wanting to refashion into something else. So I'm thinking like color blocking these 2 and make the dress with it. This one is a little bit special because this is what the dress looks like. And nothing fancy, but this was my mother's. So I have been wanting to reuse the fabric and make something cute out of it. And I think this dress will fit that perfectly. All right, moving on to sewing pattern number 3. So this one is also, it's Simplicity. It's 8644 is the pattern number. And it's these 4 blouse options that are really cool. So let me just focus on this first one. I don't think that I would make this. I don't really think that all that in the crop part is my style. But what attracted me to this pattern was I thought this was really cute. I love the ruffle sleeve. I think this is really cute. It's a little bit longer, so it's going to cover more of your belly. And this is cute too with a 3/4 length sleeve. So the thing I like about this pattern a lot is, if you can notice from all 4 of these styles, it's the same like bodice pieces. And then you're just switching out the sleeves or switching out the peplum part here or the longer part here. So probably super easy just to cut out the bodice of the size you need and then figure out, all right, what style do I want to start with? So these will be fun for spring and summer. Fabric wise, let me show you what I'm going to try. I think I'm going to just try this one with this fabric. Now, this was a piece of about 1.5 yards of white cotton, and I tie-dyed it. So check that out. That is pretty cool. It came out so awesome. I really like it a lot. I used a RIT dye, just the indigo color, and I think it's gorgeous. So I will use this for one of these tops, and I think that's gonna be really cute. So the one I wanna start with is option C, and it needs about 1.5 yards. So this should be perfect for that. All right, moving on to pattern number 4. So the next 2 patterns that I wanna show you are from the Mood Fabrics free patterns that they have available. They have what's called their Mood Society, so SEW, Society blog, and they've got tons of different free patterns on there, and they're all relatively easy to make. So the first one I want to show you, I've already made it. It's called the Mood Wand Flower Tank Top, and you need about 1.5 yards to make it. So this is the one I made last year. So it's this tank top, and that's the back. So I just found this like flowy viscose rayon to make it out of. So what it is, there's just a single piece on the back, and then the front, there's the top layer, and then there's a liner part of the front. And what's happening with it is on the back piece, you're sewing a tie. And then on the front pieces, it has you make a casing for the front part of the tie. So on the side, you can ruche it up as much as you want to, and then tie it on the side, or keep it kind of lower. So real cute, real versatile. Here are a couple pictures from the Mood website that shows you a little bit more close up about what the tank looks like from the front and from the side. So I think this one's a cute one. And I'll link this below. All you have to do to get it is you put in your email address, and it will email you the download of the pattern, and you have to print it out, and I'll show you that in a second. And then it'll also email you the instructions. So the last pattern, pattern number 5 that I want to show you, is also one of the free patterns from Mood Fabrics, and it's called the Hannah Bias Cut Dress. So it looks like this from the pictures from the website, and it's just a simple slip dress that you can make. You need 2.5 yards. You can make it from like a rayon viscose, a charmeuse, a satin, a silk. You can make it with a linen or a cotton. Real versatile on what you want to make it with. But it gives you the instructions on how to cut it on the bias versus how to cut it on the straight grain. So you have a choice. I am going to try cutting it on the bias. So I already downloaded the pattern. So like I mentioned before, when you get a pattern from Mood, you have to print out all the pages, lay them all out on a table, and then tape them together, and then cut your size. So my pattern looks like this. So there's a front piece pattern, there's a back piece pattern, there's the straps, the sleeve straps, and then the facing pieces. So the front and the back facing pieces. And the instructions are pretty good. It tells you step by step what to do and how to sew it, and I appreciate that. So it does have on the pattern pieces, it gives you the straight grain line. So if you're gonna just cut on the straight, or it gives you the bias cut grain line. So I won't get into actually cutting it on the bias versus the straight grain, but just know that that's an option with this pattern. So what I wanna do is, I have got about 3.5 yards of this gorgeous mocha color. This is like a satin charmeuse, and you guys, this fabric is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's so soft. I wish that you could feel it through the camera. but I have a lot of it, and I think I have enough where I could try cutting it on the bias. And then if I cut it on the bias, it's gonna kind of angle like this. It's gonna give the drape of that dress, it's just gonna be beautiful. So that is my plan, and I can't wait to work on that and then show you guys how it comes out. So that's my plan for the Hannah dress. So those are 5 sewing patterns that you might want to check out if you're looking to add some new sewing projects to your wardrobe for spring or summer. And with that, I think I'm gonna go work on one of these first. I'm not sure which one. I'm excited about all of them, but I'll let you get back to your sewing projects, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.